what's up, people? So, I want to talk about this open letter going around on Twitter. An open letter from the fans to Ineos, the people that were put in place to handle footballing decisions. The fans have written a letter that is begging them to give Erik ten Hag another chance, another season, which makes absolutely no sense. Why would you want to do that? You've been begging for a footballing structure to be put in place, for qualified people, footballing people to be put in place to make the footballing decisions because you were fed up with the Glazers just treating United like a business, which it is. But there was no one there to make the proper footballing calls. Now that there is someone, they're writing open letters to them, begging them not to sack a manager that has performed extremely poorly during the season, extremely poorly. They're running off emotion from the last three games of the season in the FA Cup. They're begging him to stay. They say he's building something. What is he building? What is Eric building? There is no style of play since the season started. He has dropped players that are so technically good on the ball. There's only runners on the pitch. He's made poor substitution decisions. Some of his signings have been terrible. His setup of the team has been bad. He spent 400 million and he complains about injuries. Chelsea, Newcastle, they've all had loads of injuries, and you don't hear their managers keep on complaining about injuries and injury crisis. Newcastle have had all their key defenders out, all of them. You didn't hear the Newcastle manager crying, complaining in every turn, and yet the Manchester United fans, the small group of them, and yet they say the majority, like United fans are not spread out around the world in millions. They're saying a majority of the fans want Eric to stay. I don't want Eric to stay. I need him to get sacked. He's had a terrible season. If a manager is not performing, he needs to go. He definitely needs to go. We've had our worst season ever, finishing eighth. Finishing eighth. FA Cup is not going to change that. Winning the FA Cup is not going to change that. We have scumbag wins during the season, games we shouldn't. Burnley played us off the park. Burnley, both games they've played us off the park. If they had better quality players, they would have scored goals. We've been played off the park by most of the teams in the Premier League. We've got no system. The last couple of games, we've seen the midfield and defense be more compact. And why couldn't we see that the whole season? Why? You decide to play Amrabat for the last two games. What kind of decision was that? Ahmad didn't get a run out this season. Ahmad is better than Garnacho. He's better than Rashford on the ball. Similar player to Sancho. Sancho's balling out. Now there's no news that Casemiro and Erik ten Hag had a fallout. Not the only player. Sancho, Varane, Casemiro, all having fallouts. He's only been here for 2 seasons and he's having this much trouble with players. Even Eriksen came out during the international break complaining he's not getting enough minutes. People that he brought in, he doesn't even play the plays he signed. 400 million pounds later, he wants another season. Fans are begging Ineos to keep him. He needs to get sacked immediately. I cannot wait for that decision to be made. Unfortunately, if he doesn't get sacked, then we have to back him. We have to back him because then he's only getting 6 months. He will get 6 months and then sacked. He needs to get sacked I want to say it again. He needs to get sacked. Hopefully that decision is made during this week so that players know where they stand. Yeah, the way Ineos is moving, the signings they've made with Parada, Wilcox, silently we see them coming on board. I can't see them keeping Erik ten Hag the way they've gotten rid of certain staff members, and they didn't hire Erik. I can't see him staying. I really can't. I'll be glad if he goes. Um, yeah, man. But now it seems like everyone on Twitter is a journalist with the inside scoop of who we're getting in, and there's other managers waiting in the wings to see what United's going to do. Manchester United is not a retail store where you're going to come in when the next manager's out and come get an interview. The board have probably decided who they want already. They're just waiting for the time to sack Erik. They already know who they want. You can't come here and queue up and think you're going to get an interview for the job. It doesn't work that way. I definitely do not want Tuchel. I don't want him. He can go on holiday, go to Cancun. He must relax there. He can go to Italy. Um, yeah, man. I don't want him. But anyway, I see Martial as well has left. My baller, man. That's a baller. Injuries really, really let him down. Um, Varane out, Martial out. Um, looks like they want to sell Greenwood as well, but those are just rumors on Twitter again. So let's see how that plays out. I wouldn't mind Greenwood staying. He did a fantastic job in Spain. The fans absolutely love him. He's got player of the season for the club over there. So I really hope we keep him. I hope we keep Sancho as well. I'd love to see Sancho under a different manager. Sancho, Ahmad, um, Mainu. We also need to make a good signing, a good experience. Six needs to come into place. Um, I'd like to see more players going out other than Varane and Martial. Varane was one of our best defenders this season, by the way. I'd like to see Maguire out, Luke Shaw go out. Luke Shaw is never available for us, but people keep on going on and on about him being the best left back in the world. Hmm? Shobinho, what nonsense. No, man. Shaw needs to go ASAP. ASAP, he needs to leave United. Shaw needs to get out. People complained about Martial, always injured. Huh? What about Shaw? You don't hear anything about Shaw. Just given praise, and yet he's a crap player not available for us. He has 1, 2 games, he has moments here and there. So he definitely needs to leave. Scott needs to go. Scott comes in for the last 10 minutes, scores a goal, and that's all he does. Or if he starts, he might get a goal. And that's what, like 3 minutes in a game that he's did something for the rest of the match. Matches are not 3 minutes or 10 minutes long. A match is 90 minutes long. Your performance has to be consistent throughout the game. Your performance has to be consistent. Scott is not a good player. He's not good enough for United. So I hope he goes as well. Amongst other players, we need a clear out. Some players really do need to go. Ericsson can leave, that's for sure. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with Amrabat. I like what I saw in the last 2 games. I wish he would have played sooner and gotten some match form, match fitness. But he did well, especially when Casemiro played centre back. He dropped deep when Cass pushed a bit forward. Um, although Cass is not a centre back, he played that role quite well, playing passes from deep, even got assist from playing a pass as a centre back, cleared balls off the line for us. In the last two games, he saved us clearing the ball off the line where we could have conceded. So Casemiro was good in those last two matches for us, last 2 or 3 matches at centre back, and he's not even a centre back. I don't expect him to play at the highest level in that position. It's not his position. Yeah, man, I hope we sign a striker. I hope we really do sign a striker. I'd like to see someone experienced. Ivan Toney, I'd love to see him come through. The way he brings in his other teammates to play ball, especially if you've got Amar and Sancho in that like to cut in and play a one-touch football, touch and move game, playing in a nice tight spaces. I like that profile of player. So I hope we keep Sancho, man. I don't think they'd want to lose out on a fee on Sancho. Plus, he's playing Champions League final now. Good luck to Sancho for that. Let's see what's going on Twitter here quickly, man. See what information we can find here. I keep on refreshing Twitter every day. I wake up and check X to see if there's any news on Tina getting sacked. Euros are starting soon, mid-June. So that's going to be some football until the season kicks off again. I just hope we get the news about Eric by the end of the week, man. And Mozzie flying right by my head. See, now I'm seeing a post now. Manchester United won 35 million euros from any sale for Casemiro this summer. I'd like Cas to stay. He doesn't have to play every game. He doesn't have to play every game. If we can play Cas next to a good six, we would have a good midfield. And bench Bruno. If we're not going to sell Bruno, bench him. Get a proper 10, creative 10. Someone's not going to give away the ball every opportunity he gets. What else can we see here, man? Pero yeah, man. So Cristiano breaking records again. Top goal scorer in 4 different countries. Yeah, man. I just want a manager that will come in and play some decent football. Let us keep possession of the ball. You know, like this season we haven't had possession of the ball. Keeping possession of the ball and moving it, it's nice to watch, especially if you've got quality players. Not someone now that they're receiving the ball and they're treating it like a grenade. As soon as they get it, they're kicking it off. I don't want to watch that nonsense. I can't believe people are trying to link us to McKenna. Why would we want McKenna? I don't see that. Yes, he's been by us. He's promoted Ipswich, but why would we want him? He needs to stay at Ipswich for another season. Let's see how he performs in the Premier League, being the main guy in the club. I don't know who's this guy. Sam C reports exclusive key Ineos figures now support Eric after meetings with players and staff. Why would they do that? Why would you go meet? recognizing challenges like injuries and off-field issues. Anthony, Greenwood, Sancho, and Rashford. Why would they call these? Anthony was even fighting with Ten Hag, a player that Ten Hag signed from Ajax. Huh? Anthony is also fed up with Ten Hag. No, this is nonsense. People are just making up their own stories now, it looks like. Yeah, Chelsea have agreed to appoint Enzo Maresca as new head coach. Okay, man, I'd like to see how he does. I think he's also coming from City as well. He coached under Pep. He also coached under Pep. I think he was also the um, coach for the under 23s at City. Uh, yeah, man, looks like we're cleaning the wage bill a bit there. But hopefully we make some decent signings, get a good manager in, someone that can coach the players to do what they need to do. We don't want to look chaotic on the pitch. Excuse me. Whoever they get, we need to back them. Give them a season and a half. Give them 18 months. See if they can get a style of football in place. From there, get the players they need to play that style of football. Yeah, so I can't see anything trending right now. Can't see anything trending right now regarding the sacking of Eric. But I'm hopeful that something comes through Friday. Um, I'm hopeful and excited if Tina gets sacked. Right. Um, yeah, man. Let's see what we let's see what we hear from Ineos. Hopefully they make the decision that we all want, that most of us, well, at least what I want. I want to see the club succeed. Cannot get attached to a manager. I will not. I'm attached to Man United. I want what's best for Man United. I don't care about Eric. If he's not doing his job, he needs to go. We get someone else in. It's as simple as that. That's as simple as that. Yeah.